The heavier the oxidation, the heavier paper you're going to require. If it's heavily oxidized, you want to start with a 600 grit paper and work your way back. What I usually do is I do the 600, then I do the 1500, and then I do the 2000. As you see in the video, I use my fingertips to gauge the edge of the headlight. Now, if you're not comfortable doing that, you can tape off all the painted surfaces, which I would recommend if this is the first time that you're doing headlights. Once you've got the headlight nice and smooth, then it's time to polish out those marks left from the sandpaper. I start with my micro polisher and do my edges first. Using a wool pad, I get a better cut, and I'm also using a heavier compound when I start. As I go, I will use a lighter and lighter pad, and then I will use a lighter and lighter compound as well. I take my time and remove as much scratches as I can near the edges. That way there, when I'm finishing up with my 3-inch pad, it'll be a lot easier. It's a very similar method when I'm wet sanding paint on a car. Polish back my edges first, and then finish it up with my larger polisher. In this case, because I'm doing headlights, the biggest polisher I'm going to use will be the 3-inch. Now I'm using the air polisher. You can use a cordless as well. I just like this one because I can totally dial in the speed to exactly what I want. As you can see here, I'm cutting it with a wool pad. I find a wool pad and a heavy cut compound makes the job go a lot quicker. Then to finish it up, I switch over to a foam pad and a finishing compound. This helps remove any of the marks left behind by the wool pad. Now the wool pad will leave a little bit of marks in the lens, and if you want to get it crystal clear, you're going to have to go over with a foam pad, and then you're going to have to finish that up after with a DA polisher to take out any micro marring that may be left behind. Now what I use to remove that is I use my 1-inch micro polisher to remove any marks that were left in there, any micro marring that occurred during the polishing process. The entire process takes about an hour to do both headlights if they're severely oxidized. The most important part here is have patience. Take your time, don't rush it, and make sure that you get all the marks out. Just be gentle, put a nice light even pressure on there, and take your time. There's no rush. The more imperfection you take out of the light, the better it's going to look when you actually turn on the lights. And that's what you're going for. Not only do you want it to look good when the lights are off, but you want the clarity when you're driving. So the finished product should look like this. And now our headlights are done and we're ready to roll.